Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy D Wayne bringing you yet another YouTube video at this time. So basically what I'm going to be doing with you guys today is bringing you my Blue Eyes updates. This is obviously post Felgrand Structure Deck and post Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack. So yeah, I definitely told you guys I was going to be doing this. So basically here we are, and let's get straight into it. Alrighty. First we have obviously 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Basically standard. You have to run it. You have to run it. That's basically all you need. All you need to know about it. You have to run it at 3. Now we have 3 Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. Now this is what we've all been waiting for. I know all of you Blue Eyes have been waiting. Blue Eyes players have been waiting for this, as have I. So I'm definitely hyped that this is here, and I managed to get 3 of these. These ran me $20 a pop, so I paid $60 for all 3 of these. So yeah, this card is not cheap, not by any stretch. But yeah, really good card. Of course, it's a free special summon by revealing a Blue Eyes, of course, to special summon, and it also gives you the ability to pop a monster on the field. Unfortunately, it can't attack the turn you activated that effect, but you can use it to go into either a level 9 synchro play, or with another level 8, you can go into a rank 8 play. So this card is really good. This is definitely what Blue Eyes need to gain that competitive edge. This is what we've been waiting for. Alright, so that's that. Now we have 3 Dragon Spirit of Whites. I haven't changed this from my my last profile. It's still running it at 3. I still feel it necessary at 3, just to being able to pop those troublesome back row, pendulum scales, face up, speller trap codes, whatever you need to get rid of. This card will definitely help to get rid of those, because it outright banishes it instead of sending it to the graveyard. And it can be summoned multiple ways through Silver Scry, since it counts as a normal monster in grave. And it also can tag out and special summon a normal Blue Eyes from your hand. So really good and definitely necessary. Now we have Big Felgrand. Glad that he's out too, man. So basically what he does is, when he's special summoned from the grave, you can banish a monster from your opponent's field or in their graveyard, and this card gains 100 times the times the level of the monster he banishes. So yeah, that's actually really good. And when he attacks and kills something, you get to special summon a level 7 or a level 8 monster from your graveyard, except himself, of course. That would be awesome if he can summon himself, so you can keep spamming this effect when he's special summoned. But unfortunately, they put that restriction except himself, and that's definitely all for a good reason. So, hey guys, overall, a solid card, very powerful, can be clutch in times when you really need it. All right, so that's that. We got 2 Arc Brave Dragons. Basically, when this card is special summoned to the field from the grave, it can banish all face-up cards your opponent controls, and this card gains 200 attack for each face-up card he banishes from his effect. And also, during the next standby phase, after this card was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 7 or level 8 dragon-type monster from your graveyard, except himself, of course. So this card is really good, definitely niche to have in the graveyard to set off his effects. There are multiple ways to get his effect out. You can do it through Dragon Shrine, which sends him to the graveyard. You can do it through Dark Matter Dragon's effect to also send this to the graveyard. So basically, any way you can get him to the graveyard, he can go to the graveyard and get his effect off during the next standby phase. It's a really good card. Next we have 3 White Stone of Ancients. I still run the 3 Stone of Ancients, of course. This card is still really good. During the end phase, when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And you could banish this card from your graveyard to add a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard to your hand. So you can also add the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon from your graveyard to your hand as well. If you use, if you use the Spirit's effect to put himself in the graveyard to tag out and special summon something, you can use this effect to put him back in the extra deck so that he can be used again. Alright, so this card has a lot of uses and it's really good. Three Maidens, of course. Of course, I kept this variant of the deck because I still think Maiden is really good. So basically, anyone who's new to this and not aware of what Maiden does, basically she has two different effects depending on what happens to her. So if you target this card with a spell trap or monster effect, you can chain the Maiden's effect to special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Or if she's attacked by your opponent's attacking monster, you can switch it to defense, negate the attack, and special summon a Blue Eyes from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So yeah, so there are also multiple ways of targeting. You can use a magic card called Wonder Wand to target it. You can use Sage's effect, Sage with Eyes of Blue's effect to target it and get you a double Blue Eyes. You can use Mausoleum of the White's effect to target it, and it chains off to special summon a Blue Eyes. So yeah, as long as you're targeting it with something, its effect is definitely going to activate. So once again, as I explained in my last video, the effect can definitely miss timing. If it's not the last thing in the chain going on, it can definitely miss timing because it's a win effect, not an if effect. So be careful when you're activating your Maiden's effect. Alright, so that's that. Two Sage with Eyes of Blue, as I've sort of alluded to when I was discussing Maiden. So basically what Sage does is when you normal summon Sage, you can add a level 1 light tuner monster from your deck to your hand. So you can add the Maidens, the Stone of Ancients, the Effect Veilers, or any of the other Eyes of Blue monsters you happen to be running in the deck at the time. So essentially is the searcher for them. And when his hand effect is when you can discard it from the hand, target an effect monster, and send it to the graveyard and special summon a Blue Eyes from your deck. So this card is definitely really good. Obviously, you combo this with Maiden. You discard it, targeting the Maiden. The Maiden effect will chain to special summon a Blue Eyes from wherever you want, and then Sage's effect will send the Maiden to the graveyard and special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. So it's a really good combo, very consistent combo at that too. Alright, so that is that. Next we have the one Random Honest, just in case. Even though this deck does have is a very high attack power deck. You may have other decks that may try to, attack over, like, Shiranui's definitely like to make high attack monsters with their Shogun Saga going up to astronomical levels depending on what it banishes, so it can definitely attack over any Blue Eyes monster you summon, so this will help you beat over that. So alrighty, so that is that for that. And last but not least, we have one Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Just a random tech in there just in case. It'll help summon your Felgrands from the graveyard so that you can trigger its effects. You can also summon the Arc Braves from the graveyard, setting its effect off. Summon Blue Eyes, any dragon from your hand or graveyard you can summon via this card's effect. That's why it's limited to one, so it's a really good card. Alright, so that is it for the monsters. Let's go for the spells. So I have two Melodies of Awakening Dragon. This card, like I said in my last video, this card actually would get better with the alternatives, and it is better now that the alternatives are out. So simple effect, basically discard a card to add dragon type monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 2,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. You can add up to 2 of them, so it's a double searcher for your dragon type monsters, which is really good. Just being able to get your alternatives and the Blue Eyes in order to give you an instant summon of alternative, that's really good as well. So this card is really solid, and it's going to be reprinted in the Megatins, I'm assuming, so you guys will definitely have access when the Megatins come out. Alright, so that's that. 2 trade-ins, of course. Another discard outlet, you discard a card to draw 2 cards, of course. Discarding your level 8s to draw 2 cards. You know, draw power for days for Blue Eyes White Dragons. That's really good. I still run 3 Silver's Cry, of course, because you can summon the Spirit Dragons because they count as normals in the graveyard. So you can activate this, summon Spirit Dragon during the end phase, pop a back row, pop a Pendulum Scale, or whatever. Still summon the, vanilla Blue Eyes, of course, for field presence. So this card is really good and definitely essential in the deck. A handy tech I put into the deck, Wing Beat of Giant Dragon. So since this deck can summon level 8s like Rebreathe Air, definitely against back row heavy decks, this card will definitely be good. So we're always able to deal with back row at any moment, because this deck essentially, it really hates back row. So having the means to destroy back row at any moment is always a good thing, just to be able to get our attacks through and attack the game and stuff. So really good tech. 2 Dragon Shrines, of course. Double Foolish Burial for dragons. You just dump a normal and then dump any other dragon you want to dump to the graveyard. You can dump Blue Eyes and a Felgrand, Blue Eyes and an Arcbrave, or if you already have an Arcbrave in a graveyard that was sent there the same turn, you could just dump a Felgrand, and then on the following standby phase, Arcbrave special summons the Felgrand. Felgrand does the thing, banishing whatever, and gains attack from there. So this card is definitely necessary as well. Since we have more dragon targets, this card is even more potent now. The 1/1-for-1, of course, being able to get into your maidens is always really good. Discarding a Blue Eyes to get you your maiden and then setting up from place from there is always good. So, yeah, 1-for-1. Double Twin Twister takes down that back row. I don't know. This format is, you definitely have trap heavy decks, especially with the whole demise variants running around and stuff like that. So it's definitely, I believe it's more important now to get rid of back row than it has been in a long time. So Twin Twisters are definitely necessary. And last but not least, the awesomest card to come out of the Felgrand structure deck, it is the Return of the Dragon Lords. So basically, it special summons a level 7 or level 8 dragon type monster from your graveyard. This is not once per turn, so if you happen to have multiple of these in your hand, you can activate them both. So it can, obviously, since it's special summons from the graveyard, triggers the Felgrand and the Arcbrave effects. And also, while it's in the graveyard, you can protect your dragon type monsters from being destroyed by battle or by card effects. So yeah, this card is really good. I've been looking forward to this card for quite some time. Glad I have it. I'll definitely be playing this when the time comes. So yeah, so that is it for the spells. 2 quick traps. Bottomless and Pulse, of course, staples. You can more or less interchange these for Call of the Haunted if you want for more revival power. So I'm just just having cards that you can interchange within the deck for any given situation is always good. Alright, so that's that. So that is it for the deck. Now we're going to go into the extra deck. Oh snap, my joint is all messed up. Get my joint situated. Alright, 2 Spirit Dragons. You guys already know about Spirit Dragons. The card is really good. It essentially negates graveyard bound effects, and it also has the floodgate like effect that you can't special summon 2 or more monsters at a time. So effectively slows down the whole pendulum summoning and stuff like that. Also, you can tag this out to special summon a light dragon type monster from your extra deck, but that monster is destroyed during the end phase. So possible targets, of course, you can summon Starter Spark, you can summon obviously the Azure, you can summon Michael, you can summon Moonlight Rose, Ancient Fairy, and any other light dragons you can think of. This card will definitely be able to summon, so this card is really good. me not do that. All right, one Blue Eyes Twin Dragon. This card hasn't really come up in my playing where this card is actually necessary, but you know the scenarios may come up. You may be dealing with something you can't beat over regularly. So yeah, this card may be good in those particular circumstances to, you know, be able to use this effect to banish the monsters it battles with and that can't be destroyed or whatever the case may be. So still pretty good, but it's not, the scenario hasn't come up enough for it to be, you know, better than it could be. One number 46 Dragaloon. Now this card is awesome in the mirror match. I had a scenario one time where I was playing on Dev Pro and somebody had some of the Felgrand on me, you know, banish one of the monsters and stuff. So what I did was I made this, took the Felgrand. He didn't have enough life points to survive the task, so I just used the Felgrand and attacked for game. So yeah, he was really salty after getting hit with that. But yeah, it's definitely good for the mirror match, and yeah, I'm looking forward to actually using this on someone in real life. So yeah. Now we have the Galaxy Eyes stuff, of course. You got the full armor, the prime, and the dark matter, of course. When you do your rank A shenanigans, you can, you know, go into your prime and do what you need to do from there, get your stuff to the graveyard, and the opponent having to banish their stuff. Full armor if you want to, you know, pop their face-up stuff while you're transitioning from Galaxy Eyes to Galaxy Eyes. So yeah, it's actually a really good combination to have, and it's very powerful indeed. Fixing everything. Two Azure Eyes, still run the 3 Azure Eyes Silver Dragons. Of course, what I told you guys in my last video, it's, you know, its ability to snowball into boards that really can't be gotten over, because it protects your dragons from being destroyed by bad luck card effects. And also, you know, during your standby phases, you can special summon a normal monster from your graveyard. This is every one of your standby phases, so you can keep summoning continuously and looping with, you know, level 1 tuners to summon another and then summon another. So you can essentially have your field full of these, especially with the amount of level 1s that I run, of course. So yeah, this card is still really good. Definitely still necessary in the deck. One Heliopolis, of course. Non-targeting destruction is really good. Detach material, tribute monsters face up on the field or in your hand to destroy that many cards. Still really good. One Moonlight Rose, summonable off of Spirit Dragon's effect. You can use this to disrupt your opponent's plays when they're making big pushes, summoning monsters from the extra deck. You can just tag out, summon this, and put their extra deck monster back in the extra deck, or special summon monster back to the hand and stuff. So still really good. Thunder and Dragons, basically a dark hole. Detaching material, destroy all other monsters except himself. What's this? Titanic Galaxy, of course. Basically, it negates spells once per turn, and it also can detach to redirect attacks. Once again, the redirect attack is it's effect that is not really used that often, but the fact that it can negate spells, it's really good. Alright, so that is that for the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile update. It's something I've been waiting for a while, just waiting for the stuff to come out, to get them in the mail and all that other good stuff. So yeah, I will leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime, but until then, peace, YouTube.